That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state programs.
It's been a wild ride for investors amid the trade war and other geopolitical turmoil, but the S&P 500 hit a record high Friday, says ABC's Olivia Rubin.
Investors are shaking some of these concerns over tariffs and that possible war in Iran. The NASDAQ also hitting a new record of over 20,000. And this marks the first high since back in February. The S&P 500 rallying more than 20% since those volatile lows that we all remember back in April when Trump first announced his tariff liberation day.
Mexican government's questioning whether SpaceX broke international laws after debris from recent failed launches turned up on the Mexican side of the U.S. border. ABC's Gio Benitez covers transportation.
SpaceX says this: there are no hazards to the surrounding area. Previous independent tests conducted on materials inside Starship, including toxicity analyses, confirm that they pose no chemical, biological, or toxicological risks. Sources tell us that Mexican officials are collecting the debris to do their own testing now.
SpaceX owned by Elon Musk, one of the world's wealthiest men. Another, Jeff Bezos, getting married this week in Venice. His lavish wedding to Lauren Sanchez is prompting mixed reaction among the locals. Tourists say,
I think I understand the locals with their concerns of him being here.
I wasn't expecting to see them. I don't know if it brought any more people here than usual.
There's an A-list guest list. I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
Offered not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit?
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Children's mental health is in crisis. That's why the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up. Families tell us the challenges are real.
What do you do to feel happy?
I don't know.
Can you describe what it feels like when you're sad?
I get mad easily. I just lay in my bed and be by myself.
When it comes to mental health, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
I do get overwhelmed. We see them struggling emotionally and you're like, where do I go? What do I do?
You're going to find tons of things on the internet, but you want it to be from a trusted source.
I felt like everything that I wanted to provide for her, I wasn't.
Edwin, please text me.
We need help. Yes, we need help.
Most childhood health resources focus on physical well-being.
Just your regular phone? No, on the other one, please.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation provides free expert development resources to
thanks.
across the United States. Don't wait for a concern or crisis.
Actually,
early action can be life-changing.
Let's try the other one. If not, then we'll go back to the other.
KidsMentalHealthFoundation.org.
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
How are you doing this morning? Absolutely spectacular. It couldn't have been better. Inside and out. More people out there. More people out there, and with the good properties, they're ready to fly off the market. We showed several properties getting ready to make an offer, put everything together. They're available, and 6 hours later, they're sold. Yeah. What's the difference? Okay. Basically, you have 3% interest rates back then, and that got people to jump no matter what. And we've talked about that for years. Making crazy, crazy, ridiculous offers that have put them sometimes in bad positions today. Because people at the time were thinking this will never stop. And there is no market, good, bad, or indifferent, that won't change. Yeah, but properties are still selling. It's amazing right now. Properties are flying off the market, and basically, if there are two things that are met, two little pieces of criteria are met: good condition and price well. And it is harmful. Yes. You want to know the crazy thing? It is almost safer to underbid your house on a lower price than it is overbid, because the market will correct itself if it's underpriced, and people will make price adjustments and bids over. Absolutely. And even though the starts are down, there's still a lot out there. Absolutely.
I can hear you good.
I can hear you. Two and 599-5555 to join us about anything real estate, home improvement, anything you want to talk about.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Your marriage is over. You know it. Your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton and Associates, an aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
Hi, this is Bob Webster to tell you a little bit more about my good friends at Medina Agriculture. I want to feature one of their great products, which is their Medina Plus. Now, I've told you for years about all it does to soften the soil and improve the soil, but it can be used for so many other things as well. It's a great foliar spray. It provides a lot of nutrients directly to plants in your garden, in your flower bed, as well as shrubs and trees. It is also a great root stimulator product when you're transplanting or when you're first setting things out. Just mix up some of the Medina Plus and use it to water things in, and you will get them off to a very, very strong start. Of course, in your compost pile, it speeds up the breakdown. You'll get your compost ready more quickly, and always in the soil as well. Over time, it will soften even the hardest clay soils. That's Medina Plus. If you'd like to learn more about all of their products, simply go to medinaag.com. You'll find these products at anywhere that sells good natural gardening products. Products from Medina Agriculture.
Mr. W Fireworks is home to the absolute lowest priced fireworks around. Locally owned and operated right here in South Texas, the Wildman family has been selling beautiful memories since 1966, and they are dedicated to providing our area fireworks at the most affordable prices. In fact, Mr. W Fireworks are traditionally 50 to 80% lower than other providers in the area.
50 to 80% lower prices. Now that's a lot of savings.
Well, thank you, Claire and Jonah. That's the Mr. W younger generation. Shop early with Mr. W Fireworks and you can save even more.
Buy one, get one free on select items at all Mr. W Fireworks San Antonio locations.
Visit MrWFireworks.com to find a location near you.
MrWFireworks.com.
You heard him. MrWFireworks.com. Just look for the big W on the sign and you can be confident that you will be getting the best prices on your fireworks for this 4th of July season. The best prices are only at Mr. W Fireworks.
Happy birthday, America!
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Now these towns, they all know our name. Sixpence sound is our claim to fame. I can hear him say, bad company, and I won't deny. Bad company, till the day I die. Till the day I die.
I do, and the scary part is it reminds me of my teens or earlier than that. Oh my God. Yep. I'm thinking, you know what? I can see that, but I never would have guessed that in a million years. Is David Bowie that old? Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. And, a point of matter is we actually hit a break on time. I'm proud. Whatever it takes, we did it. Yep. Oh, no, that's scary. Is that any better? We hover. Well, and I guess that's a good thing because we're excited and we want to sit there and pump information and just have fun doing it. And we just get closer and closer and closer. That's very scary because I can hear you just fine in my headphones. And usually that means you're fine on the air.
I know why. I just fixed it. Okay. That was my fault.
Thank you.
Again,
James,
operator
for
error.
pointing that out. Thank
I
you,
apologize.
Holly, for pointing that out
Operator
earlier.
error. There we go. Yeah, now you should be able to hear me just fine. Apologize for that. Let's see here. Want to talk about one other music thing, if it's okay with you. Is that okay with you, Mike?
All the time, my friend.
All right. This past, was it Friday night? Thursday night. Past Thursday night, went and saw the amazing Exile. You know Exile? Of course you do. Kiss You All Over?
I'm sorry, I was reading Holly's thing saying
yeah.
she can hear you.
Yeah, right. Whenever I tell Holly what I did wrong, she's going to laugh. The group Exile, who came on in, I guess they hit the scene in the late '60s, early '70s, or very early '70s. They were celebrating 62 years of being a band.
Wow.
Now there are bands out there, no disrespect to them, that are touring and call themselves, say we've been together for X number of years, and there's maybe one of the original members in the band, if you're lucky. And in the case of Foreigner, for instance, there was not a single original member in the band when they were touring like that. So it's amazing to me when you go into a concert and you see not one, not two, but all original members in the band.
That is pretty spectacular.
Amazing. All of them in their late 70s, right? Mid to late 70s. And you could forgive them, right? If they didn't sound as good as they did back in the day. I mean, Exile on country radio, when they converted to country, they had a string of number one hits that when I was in country radio, I was playing. And I remember them well, and I was a huge fan. I could forgive them.
Still are?
I still am a big fan. I'm a bigger fan now after seeing them on Thursday night. Here's the amazing thing. Everybody in their mid-70s to early 80s, they all were. They sounded better than I've ever heard them sound. They sounded as good as their records. Everything was 100% live. There was nothing pre-recorded. And they were one of the most entertaining bands I've ever seen in my life.
In their 70s.
In their 70s. And
awesome.
Here's how strongly I felt about the show after I left. I told somebody, the Eagles have no rival, but Exile might be close. They might be close. They have some of the best harmonies that I've ever heard in my life. And I mean, it was great bringing back memories because there were so many songs that I had forgotten. And they'd say, okay, here's another number one. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one. And it was just fun. And they were entertaining, and they talked to the crowd, and they cut up, and they were fun. They were a lot of fun. And if you get a chance to see Exile anywhere, I highly recommend you go see them. Hey, let's get to the phone lines, 210-599-5555. 210-599-5555. Let's go to Rick. Good morning, Rick. Thanks for getting us started for us.
Good morning. So my question is on the my son is looking for a first home in Austin, and he wants to be closer in town, not out in the outskirts. And in his price range of 350, there's a lot of condos and townhomes that are being listed as opposed to your standard single-family home. And I was just curious. I've wondered about the relative value of that of the two opposing type of homes and how they appreciate or retain their value.
Mike, that's a great question for you.
That is a phenomenal question, Rick. Bottom line on this is single-family homes almost always have the highest return. And the reason is townhomes and condominiums, first of all, they're sometimes glorified apartments. But if it's really nice, you still have association fees that other homes don't have. So the higher the association fee, the lower the value of that property is. And some of them have very, very, very high associations. Some of them have very reasonable ones. The reasonable ones, the prices are stronger, and it's a better investment.
Makes sense.
Now, if you can get a single-family home, I would go for that first.
Well,
probably a townhome second, and a condominium last. However, throw that all out if you get a great deal in either one.
And a single family, I will say this, that a single family home in Austin proper, and especially the closer you get to Congress and downtown, 350 is not going to touch it. There are houses down there that are in the 1,500, 1,600 square foot range within 5-6 blocks of Congress that are going for $1 million plus starting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've already seen that.
It's high dollar, yeah.
Kind of looking in that area.
And Rick, one thing I'd like to add, if you're not a fan of condos or townhomes, Austin is a city that I would be more comfortable with, especially the closer you are to the campus, because those rent for big dollars at some point down the line.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Rick. We appreciate you calling this morning. Yeah, that's the other caveat, isn't it, Mike, is it depends on where that condo is. If that condo sits on South Beach in Florida, probably going to be a little more reasonable investment, not reasonable in price, but a better investment maybe than something that sat in Pascagoula, Mississippi,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And here, I mean, when an apartment in San Antonio was $350 when I graduated college, moved to San Antonio, I was paying $900 a month for a smaller apartment in Austin.
Wow. And when was that?
In 1984.
Oh my gosh, man. I mean, that's how, and it hasn't gone down. It's only gone up.
But I was right on top of the campus.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. The closer you get to downtown, the higher the per square foot price goes. And it's just a very desirable place to be.
Absolutely.
Not for me personally, but for a lot of people, it's very desirable.
I'd be curious to see what Orange Tree condominiums, and I'd be curious to see what their rents are now.
Look it up, because I'd really like to know.
Yeah.
Let's see what that rate was that it went up since 1984. Let's get to Glenn and Daniel when we come back from break. Please, guys, hang around. You're going to be first, Glenn. Daniel, you're next. Your call's too at 210-599-5555.
2 breaks on time?
Yes.
Oh my God, we're going for a record.
Let's do it. RealSolutionsHome.com. That is the website and the way to get in touch with online my friend Zip Gist and his business, Real Solutions Home. Home renovation done the right way, with care and attention to detail, and somebody that you can count on through the entire process. The communication is second to none, and he has just all of the tools and all of the knowledge to get you where you want to be in your home remodeling project. Now, maybe it's a full home remodel. You want to do your entire house and just take it down to the studs. Yeah, he can do that. Or maybe it's a kitchen remodel. You want that dream kitchen that you've always wanted, and you want that, beautiful Viking cooktop and, the double oven, and I mean, I could go on and on. Maybe that waterfall island, maybe that's what you're looking for. He can help you with all that. Bathroom remodeling, maybe you need a little something larger in your bathroom, or maybe you need to convert it to something that is more conducive to aging in place. Larger walk-in showers, larger doors, things of that nature. He can help you with all of those things at Real Solutions Home. If you're a military, teacher, or first responder, discounts are available for you. Be sure to ask about that. And of course, they have outstanding financing options to fit every budget. Complimentary estimates and just great customer service from Real Solutions Home. That's Real Solutions Home, 210-862-4995, online at realsolutionshome.com.
Hi, this is Bob Webster from my friends at Wild Birds Unlimited. For years, I've been telling you what a wonderful place Wild Birds Unlimited is out there on Northwest Military at Huebner Road. Well, they're still doing well, but the good news is they have a new location in Boerne as well. All you folks in the Hill Country won't have to drive all the way into San Antonio to find the wonderful service, the great knowledge, and all the wonderful products at Wild Birds Unlimited. Kyle and his staff out there have just virtually exactly the same thing they have in town, and they would love to have you come by. They're way out on North Main Street, north edge of Boerne, right there at Market Street. It's right next door to the 28 Songs Brew House and Kitchen, if you know where that is. Remember, they've got the same great feeders, the same great feed. They've got all of the things you need for birding and so much more. Wonderful, wonderful assortment of gifts out there. Carrying on the tradition Wild Birds Unlimited always has.
Let Mike know all I can see is from his nose up.
Now. Wild Birds Unlimited.
Hi there, it's Mike Hermes, co-host of the What's It Worth show.
And I'm Holly Hermes, and together we're the father-daughter real estate team with over 50 years of real estate experience.
Whether you're buying or selling or just curious about the market, we've got you covered with years of experience.
So don't miss out. Tune in every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. right here on KTSA.
Sponsored by Security Service Mortgage Company,
Security Service Title Company,
Security Service Insurance Company,
and Stevens Roofing.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Hello, South Texas. When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you earn that's important, it's what you keep. I'd like to share an idea with you that can help you keep more of your hard-earned retirement savings. The government controls what you keep through taxation. What if there was a way to turn your retirement savings into tax-free income? Where will your retirement take you? Traveling, spending more time with family and friends, or just relaxing and reading a good book? Speaking of books, I have a great book that you'll want to read right now. Robin Hopp is here. Go to my website, bigstatefinancial.com, and request a tax-free retirement book. Go to my website. It's the name of my company, bigstatefinancial.com, and request a copy of the book, Tax-Free Retirement.
Please tell Mike
it's
I can
real
only see the top
and
of
it's
his
free.
head.
Visit
I need him to move back from
bigstatefinancial.com
the
right
camera.
now and request your tax-free retirement book. That's bigstatefinancial.com.
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Rockin' Home Show on AM 550, FM 1071, KTSA, and, of course, on Facebook Live. Thanks to those joining us out there on Facebook Live this morning. We really, really appreciate you doing that and spending a little time with us this Saturday morning. I want to say hello and good morning to everybody out there, whether it's on KTSA or Facebook Live. We know that you could be doing a lot of things on a Saturday morning, but you're right here with us, and we appreciate you being there. Home improvement questions are what the show is all about. We'd love to talk to you, home improvement and real estate questions. So if you have them, Pick up the phone line. We got a couple free right now. 210-599-5555 is the number. 210-599-5555. As we go to Glenn. Glenn, good morning. Welcome to the Rockin' Home Show.
Good morning, gentlemen. Appreciate the show. Listen to it all the time, almost every Saturday when I head into San Antonio to work. But reason why I called, you had mentioned the guitar player for Mott the Hoople and Bad Company was Mick Jones. It's actually Mick Ralph.
I am so sorry. I did misspeak. Mick Jones is from Foreigner. Yes, Mick Ralph's. I'm so sorry. Wow.
I didn't catch that.
Well, see, I was a big fan of Mott the Hoople because they were sort of quirky. And Mick Ralph was one of my idols when I started learning to play guitar. Bad Company, great band. But I just wanted to get his kudos in there. It was Mick Ralph. But gentlemen, hey, appreciate the show. Appreciate you all.
Glenn, thank you so much. I can't believe I misspoke. That's wow. Yeah, of course. Mick Rouse is the lead guitar player, was the lead guitar player for Bad Company and Mott the Hoople, and that's who passed away this past week. So God bless him and his family. Get yourself a phone line, 210-599-5555, 210-599-5555. That's the number to get in on the home improvement conversation this morning.
And I'm just as guilty as you.
Yeah, I knew better. I knew. I get those two confused all the time just because their names are so close. But, oh, man, I can't believe I messed that up. Anyway.
Great bands anyway.
Oh, yeah, both great bands. Absolutely. But Mick Jones is still alive and kicking. So,
and he thanks you for that.
Yeah. What is it they say? The rumors of my death are greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, thanks to the Rockin' Home Show.
Yeah, right. Hey, let's talk a little bit about lake levels. We have had some good rains over the past month. Some really good rains, 6 inches plus in many areas. It's been dry for the last week and a half, 2 weeks now, but we have had some good rain, and those rains were beneficial to some of our lakes out there. The overall, I believe that the article said that Texas lakes are up 71%, or up to 71% on average.
On average,
yeah, an average level of 71% of full. Now that is skewed by some that are 100%. And then you have some like Medina Lake.
Which didn't get any help.
Oh my gosh. Medina and Choke Canyon, they're at about 7%, 6% maybe.
It's horrible.
Yeah. And I know that now maybe they got a little bump at Medina because they were at 2%. But man, they need so much more.
Unfortunately, the rain has to hit on the other side of the lake for that to fill.
That's correct. If they're getting good rain up in, say, Medina or Bandera,
even north,
anywhere north of there, that's good rain for the lake. I will tell you that Canyon benefited from it. Canyon, I think, is up to 70% or something like that. They're at a better level than they were.
We were watching the Guadalupe feed into Canyon. It was amazing.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yes. Now we need a little bit more in some strategic places, and God willing, we can get some of these up. And like you said, probably for Medina, the only way it's going to happen is if we have just a hurricane or something like that.
It's got to be a hurricane or a tropical depression. It's one of the two. Something that's going to dump probably 8 to 10 inches or more over the watershed there. And that would help tremendously. Even at this point, I don't even know if that would fill it. But
I don't think it would.
But we've seen it crazy low before, and we've
seen it beautiful before,
and we've seen it gorgeous before, and I've seen it gorgeous since it was low. Like, I don't know if it's ever been this low, but I've seen it very, very low in my lifetime. And we get a big storm come in, and 3 days later, lake's full. It's amazing. So,
but again, like you said, it's got to hit a certain area.
Yeah, it's got to hit the right spot. Well, Debbie and I were talking about that the other day. There was rain around the area. You could see the thunder. You could see the lightning, hear the thunder, see the dark clouds. Unfortunately, it didn't roll our way, but Debbie and I both agree that whoever gets it needs it, and if we really want it to fall where it needs to fall over the aquifer. We want to have an aquifer that can feed us and supply us with water, so we're not under the restrictions that most summers we're under. And
for lifetimes to come.
Man, yeah, it's a precious resource that's only getting more precious, and we've got to be conscious of that. Phone lines are open, 210-599-5555, 210-599-5555 is the number, and we do have phone lines open. Love to talk to you this morning about your home improvement questions, anything you got going on home improvement wise. Ran into a KTSA host at the grocery store in New Braunfels last night. I was walking by one of the aisles, and Randy Adams said hi to me. Yeah, I said, Randy, I haven't seen you in a long time, man. And Randy is, I don't even know if he remembers this, but Randy's the guy who years ago sold me the tie line unit that I used to broadcast from home.
Ooh.
It was his, and he was getting rid of it for some reason. And I said, okay, I'll take it. And so thanks to him, I get to do this, which is nice. But it's good to see him. He looks good. I mean, he said, not bad for 76. I said, not bad for 56. You're looking pretty good, man.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, that guy is a savant when it comes to automobiles.
Man, he is a wheeler dealer, and he knows what things are worth. He knows how to get the best value out of a car. And so if you don't listen to him, listen to him. If you're trying to buy or sell a car, he's the guy to listen to.
Definitely.
And speaking of hosts here on the station, now we don't give some of the other ones enough props sometimes. Want to say thanks so much to Bob Webster for getting Saturday started for us here. He has such a great loyal listenership out there, and they get so much good information from him regarding gardening and horticulture every week. Just an amazing wealth of knowledge when it comes to that. And of course, Louis Sirianni and the KTSA Automotive Show that follows us every Saturday morning for all things automotive. You talk about a power lineup of things that can give you information for your week. You won't find a better place.
Yours truly, you do an amazing job yourself.
Well, but yeah, when it comes to the home improvement and the real estate, we're the people to turn to. So yes, we would love to call you a part of our KTSA family. And speaking of that, did you hear the news this week?
Yes, I did. The new
lineup.
Yes.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Man. Trey and Sean together.
And Sean from 6 to 10.
Yeah.
Then you got the Jack Riccardi podcast. Then you got Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins, right? I think that's the next one. Then you got Jack. Then you got Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey. Exactly. And then
I'm doing this from memory, man. And then you got Jack Live. Okay, it's a podcast for an hour after Trey and Sean.
Yep.
Then it's it's his podcast, 60-minute podcast. I think it's called Jack in 60 Minutes or something like that. It's bound to be entertaining and informative, I guarantee you. And here's the one that's just amazing. We got Pags.
I was just about to say, we got Joe Pags.
Joe Pags will be coming in the evenings, doing the same slot he used to do, and filling the airwaves in San Antonio again. And I really and truly cannot wait to hear him on air. I texted him and said, welcome to the family, and sure glad he's here. He's got a great studio in his home, too. He's got a really nice studio. Much better than mine, actually.
Imagine that.
Yeah. But he also is a pro. He does this for a living every single week.
Yeah, he does it for a living. Absolutely. Do we have time to go to Lisa?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get to Lisa. Lisa, good morning. Welcome to the Rockin' Home Show.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a quick question. It's on window balancers.
Yes, ma'am.
Are those easy to replace, or are there companies that can replace that for you?
Well, it depends on the balance. How old are your windows?
They're about 7-8 months old.
Oh, then there should be no. If they're 7 or 8 months old, would you not call the company that put them in?
I have done that.
Okay.
And I can't get them to respond to me.
I'm not going to ask you who that company is. Actually, no, I am. Who is it?
Texas-made windows.
Okay, interesting. Do they have a coil balance, or do you know what kind of balance they have?
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what window they sell, and I don't know anything about them actually because we rarely run into those guys. In fact, I don't know if we ever do in the home. Why didn't you buy from Window World? No, I'm just kidding. I bet you're wishing you had now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, yes.
Do me a favor.
You sold us on the lifetime warranty.
We
is why we went with that.
normally do not do this, but I'm going to make an exception. Please call our office on Monday. Tell them I said to call you. Call them and explain to them that it's not our windows, but Martin said, and they will ask me, and I will say yes, I did. We'll get one of our service technicians out there to take a look at it and get you taken care of.
Oh, I appreciate that so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will definitely call Monday morning. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Our pleasure, Lisa. Thank you so much for calling this morning. Thanks for being a great listener.
Right, thank you.
You're sure welcome. I sure hate to hear.
Kidding me?
I hate 7 or 8 months and she can't
7 or 8 months and they're not responding.
Shame, man. I don't normally call out companies on the air.
That deserves to be called out.
But if that is the case, and I have no reason to believe that she's not telling the truth, shame for not responding to and taking care of your customers. That's not right. But we'll be happy to take care of you, Lisa. Thank you so much for calling this morning. Got to take a break, and when we come back, more of your phone calls at 210-599-5555 is the number. Let's talk about Window World. Window World is so proud for July. We're kicking off a huge program. We're starting a big promotion on James Hardy siding, professionally installed by the experts at Window World. We are installing this fiber cement siding that's engineered for durability, fire resistance, weather resistance, fade resistance, and it's all done with Window World's expert installation and precision craftsmanship, and of course, our top-rated customer service. We look forward to serving you, and if you are looking to update the look of your home, to install a siding that is going to last you for years and years to come, is going to look beautiful, is available in almost any color you can imagine, and it looks good for a very long time, and
it comes with the warranty that actually responds.
Yes, it actually comes with a real warranty. She kind of proved, and I listen, I'm not picking on Lisa. Lisa made a decision that she thought was the right decision for her. She had no reason to believe.
We've all done it.
Nope, nobody goes into a thing thinking, well, the person I'm buying from is going to lie to me. If you trust them enough to buy them, you think that they're going to be truthful. However, the warranty is only as good as the company that backs it up. And with Window World and Brickstone, you have a company that's been family owned and operated locally here for over 78 years.
Look at some of the reviews.
Please. And I'll tell you, look at the good ones and look at the bad ones. We've got some bad ones, but we also have a ton of good ones, giving us a 4.8 overall rating on Google. We're very proud of that with over almost 1,400 reviews. So please, when you're thinking about improving your home, not just windows, but your siding too, give Window World a call and ask us about James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding and what we can do for you. Window World, WindowWorldTX.com in San Antonio, Window World CC in Corpus Christi. Again, that's Window World TX in San Antonio. Window World CC is in Corpus Christi in Corpus. And we will be glad to set you up with a free, no obligation consultation and tell you all about our great financing options and what we can do for you. Thank you so much, and give us a call at Window World.
Does this sound like your marriage? Wake up and realize that there's a better life waiting. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. At Barton & Associates, we specialize in navigating the complexities of divorce law, protecting your best interests, and ensuring you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but here's the thing. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control of the process and secure your future. If you're serious about protecting yourself and securing your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team you need. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-500-0000. $5 million. Or
Please
visit
tell Mike that the only thing people are
TexasDivorce.com.
seeing
If
of him
you're tired
is
of this,
the top of his head.
then
He
start
has
your
to
better
back away
life
from the
today
camera or
with
move the
Barton
camera
and
away from him.
Associates. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15th. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
How many of you remember the Buttercrust Bakery on Broadway? We took field trips there from Carroll Bell Elementary and learned about assembly line production. Everyone there had a different job with a common goal. Robin Hopp is here with Big State Financial. There are 3 financial stages similar to that assembly line: accumulation, preservation, and distribution. We will help you with a retirement income plan that you can never outlive.
Thank you, Edwin.
Call me, 210-373-6000, or go to my website,
It is not. All I see is the top of our
The
sign.
doctor's office that
He has
accidentally
to be
mixed up
center
your
screen,
files
and it needs to be about
has your
4
social
feet away
security
from him.
number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number.
If he can't
You
see
need
the top
LifeLock
part of
because
his
your
chest,
personal info
all
is in
they're
endless
seeing is his
places
big
that can
head
expose
and
you
the
to
top of
identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it. Guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, Trey Ware here. I wanted to pop in real quick and remind you about Evolve, EvolveMedGroup.com, and the great stuff they're doing to help people like you and me. That's
Yeah, it looks
I'm
right
going
on
through the
his
process at
screen, but he
Evolve
has to
Medical
move
Group
away
2.
from it.
And they just moved. They're off of Heebner near Stone Oak Parkway.
He's got it all
What do
over
they
the
do?
place.
Everything to help you look and feel
I'm
better.
guessing he doesn't have
Regenerative
a
treatments
stand.
using your body's natural healing ability. That's what it's all about. Your body wants to heal itself and get better. So PRP injections, we're talking about stem cells and so much more at Evolve Medical Group.
Okay, now he
This
needs to
is
move the camera
future
down
of scientific medicine.
just a
And it's
little.
at Evolve with their brand new location, Heber Road near Stone Oak Parkway. Summer's coming. You want to feel good so you can be outside, be active, whether it's gardening or going to the lake or going on vacation. And
Tell
you
him
want
I'm
to
going to
look
send
better
him
too,
a.
right?
I'm going to send him a
Body
text of what
sculpting,
he's
skin
looking like.
rejuvenation, weight loss with GLP-1 medications, HRT therapy for men and women. They do it all at Evolve Medical Group. Log
Paul
on
dropped.
today and book your appointment. You're going to love
Great.
the folks at Evolve. That's EvolveMedGroup.com.
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Well, I'll take whatever I want, and baby, I want you. You give me something I need. Now tell me I got something for you. Come on, come on, come on and do it. Come on and do what you do. I can't get enough.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Rockin' Home Show on KTSA 550 1071. And, of course, Facebook Live. Thank you guys for joining us on Facebook Live this morning. We appreciate that very much. Talking all things home improvement, real estate, little music, all that kind of good stuff on the show this morning. We would love to talk to you. Phone lines are open at 210-599-5555. 210-599-5555 is the number. So get yourself a phone line while we got a couple of them open. We'd love to talk to you with your home improvement and real estate questions this morning. Let's talk about open houses, Mike. Let's talk about open houses. When you do an open house, what should the expectation of the seller be of an open house? Should they expect to, get 100 people through there and 5 or 6 offers, or what's the expectation
I would expect between 5 and maybe 20 groups of people in.
Okay.
And it would depend on the property and depend on the advertising. One of the things we try and do when we do an open house is do it at least a week out, and if not 2. So the more advertising time you have, the more lead time you have, the more expectation of having people come through.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. In other words, if you just pop the signs up an hour before you have your open house in front of the house, chances are good you're not going to get a ton of traffic.
Unless you live on something like 410 or 281 or Broadway or, just a huge
when you have people
traffic
driving
meter.
by anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I talked to another realtor friend this past week about open houses and what the average is of people who make offers coming through an open house. It's not as good as you'd think, but it gets your name out there and it gets your property out there to other realtors, which is important. Hey, we got to take a break. Top of the hour. We're going to come back with more on the Rock and Home Show when we come back.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
KTSA San Antonio, FM 1071, San Antonio's news, talk, traffic, and weather station.
KTSA. From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will deliver the eulogy at today's funeral for the former State House Speaker, Melissa Hortman, and her husband. They were shot and killed at their home 2 weeks ago in what authorities say was a politically motivated assassination. Former President Biden and former Vice President Harris expected to attend the private service. The Hortmans lied in state in the Capitol Rotunda Friday so people like Maggie Baker could pay respects.
I'm horrified by what happened. I had to bear witness. I had to pay my respects. I had to, I don't know, I just felt compelled to be here.
A procedural vote expected today in the Senate on the Republican spending bill that President Trump wants to sign into law by July 4th.
The bill now before the Senate extends Trump's 2017 tax cuts, and according to the Congressional Budget Office, has cuts to Medicaid that could lead to an estimated 11 million people losing their insurance over the next decade, and increases the deficit by an estimated $2.8 trillion. And even though Republicans have a 3-vote Senate majority, this is far from a slam dunk. Some Republicans are frustrated by the bill's price tag. Others want to see the full final text of the bill before committing to it, as there are still some outstanding issues.
That's ABC's Christian Corradero. The legal fight continues over birthright citizenship as the Supreme Court restricted the authority of lower courts to block the president's executive orders. Georgetown University law professor Rupa Bhattacharya, who was part of the team challenging the orders, said,
"We very much look forward to the day as we continue to litigate this case when every court, including the Supreme Court, agrees that the president cannot, by the stroke of a pen, take away the constitutional right of birthright citizenship."
Nearly 400 flights into and out of Atlanta canceled today because of severe weather in the South. You're listening to ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit,
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
when you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
The multi-day wedding festivities continue in Venice for Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. The wedding has been the target of some protests, but the deputy mayor of Venice, Simone Venturini, tells ABC News this is just a small number of people.
The same people that every year find a new opportunity to make some complaint and some protest.
There's a star-studded guest list expected to attend. Another of the 10 inmates who escaped a New Orleans jail 6 weeks ago is back in custody. Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says this followed a tip from a resident.
Antoine Massey was taken in custody in the city of New Orleans in the 3rd District. He was actually walked out of a home peacefully.
This leaves one inmate, Derek Groves, still at large. Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs in their 4-hour closing statement told jurors that it's the mogul's private life that's on trial, no criminal acts.
Arguing star witness Cassie Ventura was no trafficking victim, but a woman who actually liked sex and willingly took part in sexual marathons with male escorts. This was her lifestyle choice, too, the defense said. She's not clutching her pearls. The defense mocked the government's case, referencing the searches of Combs's Miami and Los Angeles homes that turned up baby oil, lubricant, drugs, high heels, and guns. They found the baby oil. They found the Astroglide, the defense said in a sarcastic tone. The only crime scene is your private sex life.
It's ABC's Eric Katursky. I'm Brian Clark, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit,
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
when you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide. But finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Well, welcome back, everybody. It is the Rockin' Home Show on AM 550, FM 1071 KTSA. My name is Martin Bomba. That's my buddy Mike Hermes right over there.
Good morning.
So, hour number 2. Where did hour number 1 go? Super quick.
Always. This is so much fun to do. It's so relaxing, and it just flies.
So phone lines are open. If you're just joining us and it's your first time, this is a home improvement real estate show. We talk about both of those things a lot on this show. We also play some great music and talk a little music, but the topic, of course, is home improvement real estate. If you got questions about either one of those things, 210-599-5555 is the number. 210-599-5555 is the number to get on that conversation. It is all about you and your calls. We'd love to talk to you.
Absolutely. And something I hate to mention that often, we have about 80 years experience between us. That makes us sound really old.
Ooh, doesn't it, though? Doesn't it?
But we like other things, too, like music and sports and
Absolutely.
life.
Absolutely. I saw a funny thing on Facebook this morning. This is a guy and his wife that they do these little songs and parodies and stuff that are just silly and funny. And it was one talking to the what are the ones now, the millennials?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Gen Xer talking to millennials, telling them what they have to look forward to.
Oh, really?
You know, getting up to go to the bathroom 4 times a night, joints that are creaking
Gen
and
X
popping.
having the audacity to say that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are you now? Are you a baby boomer?
No, I'm Gen X.
Okay.
You're the late part of boomers, and I'm the early part of Gen X.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm right at the front end of it, but I was right there on that cusp. I think 66 the cutoff or something like that?
That sounds about right. I was born in 63.
And I was born in 67. So I was right there. Right there. So yes, I identify as a Gen Xer. It makes me feel younger, even if it's not true.
I guess so. I find it comical.
I do too, man. What's the big difference? I don't know. I will
Gen
tell you what
X.
the big difference is. The baby boomers actually had a lot of sense. The Gen Xers also had a lot of sense. And then something happened. Something shifted. I don't know what happened.
But there was a shift between the greatest generation and baby boomers too.
There was. That's true. I mean, the things that we found more important than our parents changed. The fact that we hadn't been through any depression, we hadn't been through a major war. It shaped our attitude and our outlook on life, I think, as much as their experiences shaped theirs. And so we had no point of reference for a lot of the things that they found very, very important.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, I have more respect for the greatest generation than any generation that I've seen.
Well, there's a reason they call them that. And, you know, I mean, honestly, you don't hear that term coming up anymore because all of us are the second greatest generation at best. So all we got to do is try our very best to live up to that.
Yep. And there was one word that summarized the greatest generation in my thinking.
What is that?
Family.
Family. Family is a good one. And that means a lot. I think also resilience.
Resilience.
They were a resilient people, man. They
absolutely.
They overcame so many things. And I mean,
I pray we're all wimps going forward for a very long way. I don't mean that as a negative thing. I mean, they went through things that I pray we never go through.
I hope I never have to go through most of those things. I mean, they and I'm not going to go down the list, but there's a lot of them. Those are just a couple of them. The depression.
You know, like you already mentioned one, the big, you know, and you can't say the depression was bigger than World War I, II. I mean, those were a lot of things to be hit with.
Yeah, all in the same, you know, span of years there. It's incredible. Hey, listen, phone lines are open, 210-599-5555. Let's go to John. John, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
This is probably more for Mike than it is for, this is probably more for Martin than it is for Mike, but both of you. Martin, have you ever heard of a wall and ceiling covering product called Truss Core?
Is that with a T?
Yes.
Truss Core.
TRUSCOR.
I have not.
I have not either.
Not heard of that. Tell me about it. What is it?
I've seen it advertised on a YouTube video. It's supposed to be something you can use in place of drywall. and it comes in panels, but you lay it up on the wall, and it snaps into place, and then you can secure it with a screw to the wall, and then away you go. But it's got the same. You can do it basically with one person covering a ceiling or a wall versus having two for a panel or drywall.
With it snapping in place, do you have to tape and float and everything?
No.
Well, I'm looking at the TrustCore website right now just to kind of get myself familiar with this. Commercial, it looks like TrustCore started in the commercial space, which makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. It's got a modern industrial look to it. They say that they can do everything from basements to storage and organization, laundry rooms, garages, sheds, docks, multi-residential. So it has a lot of uses. What I see interesting about it is the fact that you don't have to tape and float it.
Yeah.
And is it paintable? Do you know?
Would this be? Do you think this might be something that could go over existing drywall, like on the ceiling?
It sure looks like it. I mean, it really does. Looking at applications, I don't see anything that specifically excludes it from going on ceilings. I don't know what the weight factor is of it, but I can tell you if you want to know more about it, and I certainly do. I'm gonna do some more exploring. You can go to trustcore.com.
Yeah. It doesn't look or appear to be that heavy because the videos that they had up, it showed one person putting one of these panel links up on a ceiling, not a super long ceiling, but up on a ceiling by themselves.
And what I can see, it really, really looks good.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you'd seen it or already heard of that.
Well, I will be looking into it because we're going to be completely remodeling a house here in the very near future. And if it's not cost prohibitive, it might be something we want to look at. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
I guarantee you this, next time we're on the air, I'm going to have some more information for you.
Okay. Sounds good, because I listen weekly.
Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate that, John, and thanks for the heads up on this product. It's always nice to know about new products.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good one, guys.
You as well. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I mean, I love hearing about stuff. I feel bad that I don't know about it, but it's a product that I've never heard of before, and I'm going to research it in depth and find out more about it.
Martin, let me ask you a quick question.
Sure.
How much time do you have in the day as it is right now?
Not a lot except what I make.
Yeah, and would you rather be a jack of all trades or would you rather be an expert?
I certainly would rather be an expert.
Yeah, you and me both, and I prefer you being an expert. And I like the fact that there's things you don't know about because the things you do, you know a lot about.
Well,
don't kick yourself, in other words, my friend.
Well, thank you. I'll let you say that, and I appreciate that very much. And likewise, I mean, when it comes to real estate, if you're listening to us, you are listening to one of the guys that knows more about real estate than just about anybody I know. In fact, probably more than anybody I know.
I appreciate that.
He has been doing this for so long and for so many years, and a vast majority of them have been here in San Antonio. All of them have been here in San Antonio.
Every one of them, my friend.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
So yeah, don't let his Chicago accent fool you. He's.
I have been here since 1985. What accent?
That's what I don't.
Oh, did I say 1985?
Yes, you
1980.
Did. 1980.
I came back in 1985 because I spent 4 years in Austin.
So you're one of those guys that wasn't born here but got here as quick as you could.
Yeah, and my parents moved here when I was going into my senior year of high school. I came kicking and screaming, and have loved every minute of it.
Man, to get moved in your senior year.
Yeah, it was tough.
That's horrible. That had to be a big adjustment for you.
Big adjustment, but you know the biggest adjustment?
What's that?
Going from a Catholic prep high school, had 8 classes a day, had wearing a tie, going to church at 6:30 in the morning, mandatory. Now I love of the basis it said, but coming down here, going to Churchill, and having it co-ed. I was a kid in a candy store.
I bet you were.
Yes.
That had to be paradise for you.
Yes.
And
I had more than enough credits to graduate. I mean, way more. And I could have gone straight to college. And my mom said to me, because I was thinking about doing that, she goes, why would you want to take away one of the most potentially enjoyable years of your life?
And she was right.
She was absolutely right. I have more friends from Churchill today, and from high school in particular. And then I have my college friends, and it's been a blessing.
And back in the 80s, Churchill was one of those high schools that you thought the snooty people went to, back in the 80s.
Am I snooty?
I don't know, not at all. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's founded. I'm just saying when you think of certain high schools, I mean, come on, they have a football game called the Gucci Bowl, for goodness sakes.
I know.
Does it mean that everybody there is that? No. But
I'm going to tell you a funny story. I was so, what's the word for it? Naive. When I went in, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be there because I was new. I played football, so I got a lot of open doors in there. I was voted, the third day I was there, I was voted parliamentarian for a student group called the Yacht Club.
did you say parliamentarian?
Parliamentarian. I was to keep the parliamentarians out.
There you go.
Yeah. And it was funny because the name of it was basically to mock all of these crazy, clubs. And our job was to raise money and try and do good for the community.
That's awesome.
Steve Charbonneau was the president of that.
How do you remember these things?
They were just great times.
I mean, that's amazing to me, the things that we can remember from our youth. I was talking to somebody and they said, oh yeah, I remember my childhood phone number. I remember my childhood address, and I remember our phone number from when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
But
312-774-2856.
Jeez, man, that's
my grandmother's number was MU52236 when they used
numbers. Yeah. I remember Dad calling my grandmother or giving out numbers to my aunts and uncles whenever he'd give a phone number out, and he would give it out like that.
Yeah.
CD whatever it was. I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't understand. But anyway, that's
Do we have time for Brian?
No, we are way over break time, aren't we?
Okay, well, this is more like a regular hour. Sorry,
it is. We're just not paying
Brian.
attention to
My
the
fault.
clock. Brian, please hang on. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get to you next, but we do have to take a quick break and talk about my friends over at Apple Pest Control. Apple Pest Control, great company, specializing in pest control, yes, but they also do lawn treatment, including weed treatment and fertilization. They'll do that for your lawn, your shrubs, your trees. You don't have to call a lot of different companies to come out and do that. They can help you with that. And of course, they can also help you this summer keep your home as mosquito-free as is humanly possible. So be sure to talk to them about their mosquito treatment. It is different, by the way, than the mist treatments that you've heard about out there. It treats the mosquito problem where they live, where they breathe, where they breed, and it takes care of them so they're not around your living area. And they can come out for a regular treatment on that. They put out these little pods that attract the mosquitoes and kill them, kind of like a fly trap, but for mosquitoes. And it really does work. So be sure to talk to them about their mosquito control as well. They have great certified technicians. They come out in your uniforms. They're licensed to inspect your home. They treat your home with respect, and you will always be pleased and thrilled with their service. They have service to fit every budget, too. Apple Pest Control, 210-695-8946, 210-695-8946, online at applepestcontrol.com.
For more than 50 years, attorney Joe A. Gomez has helped injured people involved in car and trucking accidents. He's a personal injury lawyer, born and raised right here in San Antonio. Call 210-736-4040 for a free consultation or visit GomezLawFights.com. Always remember, Gomez Law Fights.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
But do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, Trey Ware here. I wanted to pop in real quick and remind you about Evolve, evolvemedgroup.com, and the great stuff they're doing to help people like you and me. That's right. I'm going through the process at Evolve Medical Group too. And they've just moved. They're off of Heebner near Stone Oak Parkway. What do? Everything to help you look and feel better. Regenerative treatments using your body's natural healing ability. That's what it's all about. Your body wants to heal itself and get better. So PRP injections, we're talking about stem cells and so much more at Evolve Medical Group. This is the future of scientific medicine, and it's at Evolve with their brand new location, Heber Road near Stone Oak Parkway. Summer's coming. You want to feel good so you can be outside, be active, whether it's gardening or going to the lake or going on vacation, and you want to look better too, right? Body sculpting, skin rejuvenation, weight loss with GLP-1 medications, HRT therapy for men and women. They do it all at Evolve Medical Group. Log on today and book your appointment. You're going to love the folks at Evolve. That's evolvemedgroup.com.
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Here come the jesters, 1, 2, 3. It's all part of my fantasy. I love the music and I love to see the crowd dancing in my eyes and singing out loud. It's all part of my rock and roll fantasy.
Yeah, you can't hear that opening riff and not know what that song is. That is the mark of an incredibly good song. The Great Bad Company, we lost Nick Ralphs last week. Another true legend, good one gone, man. But lived a good life. Lived a good life, and man, the places he's seen, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine the places he's seen. Phone lines are open. Yep. Go ahead.
I wanted to get to two quick things before we start the phone calls.
Okay.
Operation and Appreciation. Last chance to start dropping off things over the next 10 days or so?
Oh, no, it wraps up on July 4th. So about the next 5 days.
5 days, even better. Please drop off letters.
Next 4 days. Things. Today's the 1st. The next 4 days.
Oh my God. Okay. And what is today? 29th?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is not the 1st yet. My fault.
You have 1 day left for your sale
Tuesday.
On the windows and doors.
Yeah. The great deal that we've got going on our Windsor architectural collection.
Windsor, $200 off every window, $500 off the doors.
Yeah, just get a hold of Window World. Would love to give you a quote. It is. We never have sales like this. This is something that's very unique that our manufacturer actually facilitated for us, and we really appreciate that. So for our WinCore wood-clad windows, just an amazing selection of colors, 50-plus colors exterior, multiple colors interior, 3 different wood options. It's just amazing. Take a look at those. And right now, save an unheard of $200 off each window, $500 off each patio door. So please give us a call.
That goes for what? Today's the 28th?
It goes until the 1st. It ends Monday. Monday is the last day. So get a hold of us, windowworldtx.com or windowworldcc.com. Let's get to the phone lines, 210-599-5555. Brian, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, fellas. How are you doing?
Fantastic. How can we help you this morning?
I was listening to you before the break about phone numbers when you were a child and all that, and I still remember my childhood phone number and address. I had one of those letters and numbers sort of thing too. I had Cypress 98084. That was my phone number as a kid.
Wow.
I remember that well.
You know what I do remember? I am old enough to remember. Of course, I remember that. I never had to use the numbers, but I remember party lines.
Oh, wow.
Party lines were crazy. And as a kid, I know this is so wrong, but as a kid, you were so tempted to pick up the phone and just listen. Because the phone didn't just ring at your house, it rang at other people's houses too. And I forgot if it was the number of rings or what it was that indicated it was your call, but you actually had phone calls. Can you imagine, Mike, calling me and that phone call going to 3 other people, and you're just hoping the right one picks up?
No, I can't. I can't remember that.
If one of those 3 people is your ex-wife, you don't want her to pick up.
Yeah, and at that point, that could have been very possible.
Oh,
Wow.
man. Brian, can we help you this morning? Or you just want to reminisce about the numbers?
Oh, we could reminisce all day, but I actually do have a question for you.
Excellent.
So a couple of months ago, SAS installed their water spying device, also known as a smart meter. And
you mean a spy meter?
Yeah, a spy meter. There you go. And I've started getting these letters from them telling me that I've got a leak. And number one, I don't know how they think I've got a leak, but number two, is there a way I could chase that down myself before I go down the expense road of hiring a plumber and all that kind of stuff? I have, we don't have any major leaks that I know of. And I think the letter said 5 gallons, but I don't know if it's 5 gallons a day, a week.
That's probably, that's probably 5 gallons an hour. That's probably 5 gallons an hour. It could be 5 gallons a day, but when we get ours from NBU here in New Braunfels, we also have that notification system, and it says when they send it out, it typically says your water has been running continuously for 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever it is, usually 24 hours. And that is an indication of a leak. But it also could be an indication that you have a faucet that you forgot to turn off or left running slightly and didn't turn off all the way. It could be a toilet that continuously runs, the flap never fully closes. So that could be one of the problems. If you have a bathroom you don't use very often, might want to check that.
Water softener.
Water softener could be another source of that continually running. So there's lots of ways to trigger that indication that don't necessarily mean you have a bona fide leak. With that being said, yes, you can typically track down a leak. If it's an exterior leak, you'll find a wet, damp spot in your yard where there shouldn't be one normally.
Mm-hmm.
There's if you go out and you look at your meter and everything in your house is turned off,
there's a underground leak in the sprinkler system or something that I can't see, but I don't have any wet spots in the yard, so that's why I was kind of befuddled of what I could check before, like I say, hiring a plumber or something like that.
I would check your meter first. And just look at it.
Check your meter and make sure. And listen, if that doesn't happen, before you call a plumber and spend a lot of money, have SAW come out and take a look.
Okay.
That would be the first step, and then if you need to get a plumber, get a plumber. But otherwise, man, it could be any number of things. But don't think it's just automatically a leak. Now, if it is a leak in your slab, that's something you need to worry about, and that's something you need to get taken care of.
But SAW will come out and not charge you.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you calling this morning, Brian. Thanks for the trip down memory lane with the letter numbers that we used to have in phones. Good times, man. Thanks a lot, Brian. Brad, you're coming up. You too, Tim. Please don't go anywhere. We do have to take a break, and I'm trying to get to them on time. I don't want to get my hand slapped by anybody. So please hang around. Tim, Brad, Hang on. Real Solutions Home. RealSolutionsHome.com is where you're going to find them online. My friend Zip Gist and his company specialize in home renovations. Now, when I say home renovations, it could be as small as a little tiny kitchen remodel, or a really big kitchen remodel, or a bathroom remodel where you're taking a tub and converting it into a walk-in shower, or any number of things that you may want to do to modernize your bathroom and just make it more the place you want it to be. They can also help you with room additions to give you more space. What I like to say is, you love the house you live in, you just don't love the space. You don't want to move. You like your neighbors. You don't want to go somewhere else. You just need more space. He can help you with that. And he can help your vision come to life. If you have an idea, he can take it from idea to reality. Be sure to talk to him about that. RealSolutionsHome.com. Great financing, free estimates, and military, teacher, and first responder discounts, all from Real Solutions Home. Real Solutions Home, 210-862-4995, online at RealSolutionsHome.com.
Want to know the secret to getting the best price fireworks for the 4th? 2 words. Mr. W Fireworks.
We've got pre-tariff pricing. Only at Mr. W will you find fireworks at the same prices as last year.
We don't charge hidden fees. And we never hike our prices.
Just the lowest prices anywhere, guaranteed.
More fireworks for less money. It sounds good, right? Find our location at MrWFireworks.com.
The secret to getting the best priced fireworks is at Mr. W Fireworks with pre-tariff pricing.
Fireworks are awesome, but overpaying for them? That's not so awesome.
Mr. W Fireworks, we've got the lowest prices around.
Like, lower than anyone.
No hidden fees, no crazy markups, just real savings with pre-tariff pricing. Our family has been doing this since 1963.
And the selection? It's huge. We have so many fireworks.
Go to MrWFireworks.com to find a location near you. Mr. W Fireworks, we have pre-tariff prices.
Nobody beats our prices. Nobody.
Hi, this is Bob Webster from my friends at Wild Birds Unlimited. For years, I've been telling you what a wonderful place Wild Birds Unlimited is out there on Northwest Military at Huebner Road. Well, they're still doing well, but the good news is they have a new location in Boerne as well. All you folks in the Hill Country won't have to drive all the way into San Antonio to find the wonderful service, the great knowledge, and all the wonderful products at Wild Birds Unlimited. Kyle and his staff out there have just virtually exactly the same thing they have in town, and they would love to have you come by. They're way out on North Main Street, north edge of Boerne, right there at Market Street. It's right next door to the 28 Songs Brew House and Kitchen, if you know where that is. Remember, they've got the same great feeders, the same great feed. They've got all of the things you need for birding and so much more. Wonderful, wonderful assortment of gifts out there. Carrying on the tradition Wild Birds Unlimited always has had. 2 locations to serve you now. Wild Birds Unlimited.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month, but what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's the Rockin' Home Show on AM 550, FM 1071 KTSA, of course, on Facebook Live. Thank you to those joining us out there on Facebook Live this morning. We appreciate that tremendously, and all of our listeners, and especially our callers. We appreciate that. Phone lines are open at 210-599-5555. Let's get right back into it with Tim. Tim, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Martin and Mike. How you all doing on this beautiful day?
Fantastic, sir. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing just fine. Just was starting up the hot rod to pull it out, but I had a dead battery. But hey, I'll get that too.
What you got? Tell me what you got.
It's really I had a few kit cars. I had a 36 coupe
Ooh.
kit car, but this one that I got left, it's called an Aztec 7. It was made by it's called Fabrifab, and it was out of California back in the early 80s. And what's different about this kit car is usually when you do a car and you put it together, on the title it'll say assembled vehicle. But on this one, since they were a car company, it literally has on the title, it's a 1981 Aztec 7.
You got to be kidding me. That's pretty cool.
Now, I never saw that. I'd had dune buggies, other kit cars and everything like that, but this particular one. And so when I was getting insurance, and I told them what type of car it was, it wasn't in their database, anything like that. So I sent them the title, this, that, and USA said, okay, yep, hey, it's a regular car and everything like that, but I got it on the antique, right?
Dude, that is a cool looking car. That is a really cool looking car. It looks almost like a gosh, what am I thinking of?
What you're gonna say?
Yeah, gosh, Pantera.
You're gonna say Back to the Future.
It looks like a Pantera.
It does have that look of a Pantera. It's got the wing doors that open up to the sides and everything like that. But what it really looks like, and it surprised me, because it's based on a German VW Porsche type setup. But that Mercedes C111 or C111, that looks like that one quite a bit.
Okay.
And what I did put I took my grandson out in it a while back, and I put some additional lights, and I told him we were going to go back to the future. And I just took him to some places where we used to hang out, and I say, see, we went back here, and I put on some older music, but I put a flux capacitor, like out of Back to the Future on it. And it literally, you push the button, it literally lights up like that in the vehicle. And I said, we cannot go back unless we have a flux capacitor.
That is too cool, man. That is too cool. You have any questions this morning?
Yes, I do. It's about on the door. We're out in the Alamo Ranch area, and when you have the door and it has one of the side slender lights, sometimes it has the two slender, I forgot what they call those light deals on each side of the
side
door,
lights, yeah.
door. Okay, the side lights. Whenever changing the door, and that's what I'm looking to have done, so I was going to probably give y'all a call. Do y'all have to change the frame and everything?
Yes. Typically, well, with us, you change out the entire frame, and depending upon the side lights, sometimes the side lights are standalone and there's a frame that the door itself fits in, and sometimes it's a unit whereby the side lights are actually attached to the door and part of the whole unit. We'll determine that when we come out and take a look at it, but if it's just standalone windows on each side, we can always change those out for energy efficient windows while we're doing the door. If it's an entire unit, we do those all the time.
Okay. That was my question. That's what I wanted to know, because I told my wife we're going to get that. See, I'm ready for that new door and everything like that. So when you drive by homes, when your wife wants to go, I like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like. So I said, okay, it's time to get that door back.
Well, there you go. You give us a call, and we'll help make you. We'll help make Mama happy, and it'll make your life better.
Yeah, you just want to go see the car.
I do want to see the car. You got me, Mike.
You're welcome to.
Well, listen.
There's only 400 of them made, though, and it's only about maybe 150 still functional. And what's that Barrett auction?
Yeah, the Barrett auction.
They found one that was in such great, and this one's in good condition, and I have in such great condition, and I had never seen them auction off a kit car there, but maybe about 5 years ago, they auctioned off one of these here vehicles. That's the only kit car that I have seen they had auctioned from there.
I mean, these are some really cool cars. I can't believe I've never seen or heard of one of these, but man, they're cool. Well, listen, man, thanks.
Have yourself a good day. You're welcome to come over. Hey,
Well, I appreciate that. I might take you up on that sometime. I'd love to see that. Man, I appreciate you calling, Tim.
Y'all have a good weekend.
You too, brother. Thank you so much. Let's go to Brad. Brad, good morning. Welcome to the Rockin' Home Show.
Good morning. I had my own water line story I wanted to share with you. I had, as you said, a mushy, wet, swampy part, a small area, and I dug a hole there to see what was up, and sure enough, you could see the water rising. So I got that fixed, and then later I learned that the water line between the street hub and your house, that is not covered by any homeowner's insurance. So my advice to all the listeners is if you have your water line, as I did, it was PVC. If you have that water line that for whatever reason was put in near trees or anything with strong roots, root pressure can and will shatter PVC. So eventually you're going to have a water leak. And I learned that there are plumbers that have some kind of a ultrasound or sonogram type device that they can find the leak with that.
Yes, sir.
Or
That's
the
right.
other guys can come out and just insert rods in the ground. Very educational process. And so, yeah, that happens. And the city where I live, Church, they will tell you, hey, you've got a water leak. We can tell by our bill on the computer. And so I'd encourage people, if they're having record high water bills, unless somebody's coming and watering your yard at night, go look in on that. Hold on. And I would say, too, you guys talking about phones. Did you ever have an alcove in a house?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I've had several houses that had the alcove. My grandmother's old house had an alcove.
Yeah. Hands free. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Gotcha.
No hands on them.
Got it.
Oh,
all right. Well, thanks, guys.
Okay.
I think we lost Brad. I think Brad may have gotten in some trouble there. Sound like. Hey, please don't get a ticket for us. Please put your phone in the cradle and do it hands free. Be safe. Let's get to one more before we go to break, shall we? Who are we going to?
Paul.
Paul, good morning. Welcome to the Rockin' Home Show.
Good morning, sir. The first time caller, long time listener.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What can you tell me about double wide clean homes? About purchasing one and moving it towards Pleasanton.
Okay. What do you want to know? You want to know about value?
Well, I mean, or structure-wise, are they good quality? I heard nowadays they're built, with good standards,
I can tell you, and I'm going to let Mike chime in on this a little more heavily than I am, but I know that at one time there were some very good options with manufactured homes. I know that Schultz made a very good home. I don't know many of the other manufacturers. Schultz not in business anymore, as I understand it. But Mike, what do you know?
I'll be honest, I don't deal with mobile homes very often. And the ones that I do, and the reason I don't is the majority of mobile homes are not real estate. The majority of mobile homes are personal property. In order for a mobile home to become real estate, there are a few steps that you have to take. Number one, it has to be secured to a foundation. Number two, you have to actually forfeit the title to the state, and then it becomes real estate. So the majority of mobile homes are personal property, and by my license, I don't deal with personal property.
Right. Oh, okay. It's just that, I wanted to go, but my wife wants to just buy one, drop it, and that's it. Didn't want to deal with contractors and stuff like that. So I hear mixed emotions on yes, they're good, no, they're not good. I mean, other than, of course, you won't get like a price back from your a regular home if you build one, but
Yeah, you're certainly not gonna get the resale value that you do on a stick built, site built home. But one thing I would encourage you to do, if you can do it, is take the steps to make it real property. Put it on a slab, do the proper tie downs, and make it to where it will be considered real property. I think that would be worth the investment.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because my wife just wanted me to put like the pair of beans with, just like that, and I'd rather put a slab.
Well, there's
go ahead.
There's two different ways you can go, but if you go that way, that is certainly the way I would recommend going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd rather go that way too. I mean, just throw a big old slab because I've lived in where you have to crawl underneath, and it's not a good sight sometimes. And I kind of like concrete, go in and come out, and that's it.
You're right. Absolutely right. Hey, listen, thank you so much for calling this morning, Paul. Good luck on your new home. We appreciate it.
Okay.
We got to take.
Sir. You take care.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We've got to take a break, and we're going to come back for the last segment and get to your calls too at 210-599-5555. But right now, I want to talk to you about.
David will be first when we come back.
Who's coming up first?
David.
David. Yeah, David, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Mike, let's talk about Window World.
Where do we start? I after a day like today in the show, hearing about companies that 7 months later aren't helping with the warranty program. I have used many different companies before I met you, and I've only used one since. And the reason for that is not only is the quality of the window, getting to know you, the type of person you are, the type of company you run, and the warranty. The warranty, you're there, you do an amazing job, and you take care of your clients, and your company, corporate presence in our community is amazing. I could just go on and on and on. Why I wouldn't talk to anybody else.
Well, I appreciate that very much, Mike. And when it comes to customer service and service after the sale, that is a very important component of any type of construction and any type of service. You want to know that the company's going to be there to back it up if something happens in the future. Now, a lot of people will go into it saying, well, nothing's ever going to happen. Well, you hope not, but there's a reason that warranties exist. And if something does happen, you want to know that you have a company that has a full-time, multi-staffed service department that is there at the ready every single day.
And will be there years from now.
Well, that they'll answer the phone, number one. A real person will answer the phone, number two, and will be there to serve you. These are all reasons to choose Window World. And no better reason than right now if you want one of the finest luxury windows you can find for your home. If you're looking for that elegant, upscale architecture look in your home, our wood-clad Windsor windows in our architectural collection are incredible. And Mike, again, what's that deal until the end of Monday?
Unbelievable. You have $200 through Monday off of every window, and you have $500 off of every door.
So don't miss out on that. Get yourself on the phone.
Never been there before. Probably will never be there again.
Unless our vendors are very generous again, you're absolutely right about that. We can't wait to serve you. WindowWorldTX.com, WindowWorldCC.com in Corpus Christi, and we would love to show you why more of your friends and neighbors choose Window World. Window World, we don't just stand behind our windows, we stand on them.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. I urge you, do not get caught off guard. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. Divorce is tough. It's emotional, challenging, and can upend everything you've worked hard for. But here's the truth. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control and protect your financial future. At Barton & Associates, this isn't just about getting through the process. It's about protecting what you've built, securing your assets, and ensuring you have the resources to move forward with confidence. You've worked hard for everything you have, and we're here to help safeguard it and avoid unnecessary losses. If you're serious about protecting yourself through the divorce process and securing your future, Barton & Associates is the team you need by your side. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal office, San Antonio. The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com. Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know, and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
This is Martin Bomba's Rockin' Home Show on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Some said rock and rollers, you're all the same. Man, that's your instrument. I felt so ashamed.
Well, there's some early Mick Rouse guitar, not the hoopers. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's get back to the phone lines. We probably got time for one more call. If we make it quick, let's go to Craig. Craig, good morning. Welcome to the Rockin' Home Show.
Hey, good morning, Martin.
Good morning.
I was just calling. I live in Floresville, Texas, and y'all just did an install of your windows in a house, and you don't sell your windows enough as far as the way they make the house look when y'all are done.
Oh man, thank you for that.
It looks like a completely different house, and I mean, it spruced up our entire neighborhood, and I just wanted to let you know that y'all's work doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, that means a lot. You're not even a customer, and you're calling and telling us that. Thank you so much, Craig.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw y'all's sign in the front yard, and my little brother is building a house currently, and I said, hey, you need to call these guys because their work is like second to none.
Man, I can't say, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much for the kind words, Greg. Thank you.
Yeah, Louis going, wow.
And tell your neighbors they don't want to look bad. Give us a call.
Yeah. Hey, I got a thing I was wanting to mention earlier. We were talking about the phones and the phone numbers and everything.
Yeah.
How about, do you remember the phones that used to sit back and go?
Oh yeah, yeah. The dial phones. You go. Yeah.
Yes. Did you ever see the movie Lethal Weapon 4?
You know, probably. I lost track after 3.
Louis knows where I'm going with this, right? They're talking about cell phones and going, you know, Joe Pesci, they screw you on their cell phones.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they screw you in the drive-thru. Anyway, then Chris Rock goes, but you remember those old phones where you sit there and you have to go dial 8, and then 6, then 9, and 7, and then you hit the wrong number and you got to start all over again.
And that's the truth. You did. You did have to, and I do remember that. And thank goodness we don't have to deal with that anymore. I mean,
Absolutely.
there are some things.
What were those phones called? Rotary
dial phones.
Yeah,
they're rotary dial phones. Yeah, and I remember them well. I sure do. Hey, Mike, during the week, if folks want to touch base with you, how do they do that?
Real simple. All you got to do, and you can do it anytime. You can do it right now. I'll go to voicemail. If you do it in a little bit, I'll answer. 210-341-1400, because the phones are transferred to my phones right now, not Holly's. But if you deal with us, it's only Holly and I. So you can also email us at mike@mikehermes.com or holly@mikehermes.com. Thanks, Martin.
Awesome, man. Awesome. If you want to drop me a line or get in contact with me asking questions or making comments, whatever it is, drop me a line at mbomba, that's MBOMBA, at windowworldtx.com. And before we get out of here, just a little programming note. Mike and I will be taking the weekend off next weekend. It's 4th of July weekend. Want to spend some time with our family, let you spend some time with yours, and just remember why we celebrate the 4th. Yes, it's great to have the hamburgers and the hot dogs and the fireworks and all that kind of good stuff, but there's a reason we celebrate it, and it's because we have our freedom.
Independence Day, the day our country became one.
Yeah.
249 years ago.
We will be, I remember the sesquicentennial. I remember that, and we're going to be celebrating there's a name for it. It's the something centennial, but I don't remember what it's called, but that's next year. Hey, listen, Louis Sirianni, KTSA Automotive Show is coming up next. What's that?
Louis says you were around for the 50th. I just remember the bicentennial.
Oh, Louis, just, man, don't make me comment on your hair, Louis. Don't make me do it. Hey, listen, Louis Sirianni is coming up. Y'all stick around. We'll see you next time on the Rockin' Home Show.
Martin, what a blast.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy your 4th of July.
You too.